Hi everyone, so baby boy is down for a nap, so I thought I would do a face-to-face update. So we are currently in the final stretch of editing this book. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I am so close. I think that I'll probably finish next week. I wanted to edit 5 chapters this week, but so far I've only edited 2 chapters because life has been lifing. Mommy life has been lifing. I am hoping that between today and tomorrow I'll edit another 1 chapter, so chapter 53. This weekend I want to dedicate to doing my self-assessment for my author business, and I want to submit my tax return because I need to do that. The deadline is the 31st of January, but I don't want to leave it until next week because I don't do well under pressure. So I want to try and knock it out this weekend, or at least start. So that's why I'm going to give myself today and tomorrow to do chapter 53, edit chapter 53, and then do the tax return and then return. So I'll edit the remaining 5 chapters next week by God's grace, and then I can send it off to my beta readers. I'm so excited. We've gone past the dark night of the soul, so we are now into Act 3. So we're well into Act 3, where things are resolving and relationships are mending. The main character is discovering things. She's really discovering the journey that God has been bringing her all along. There's a lot of reflecting and thinking about the lessons that God has been teaching her and what she's been learning along her journey, in spite of all her hardships and the stuff that she has faced in her life and her challenges. She's just seeing how God's sovereign hand has been guiding her through life, and just how she has experienced the love of God through her hardships, and she's just learning to be grateful. And there's a lot of reflecting, So I'm enjoying writing that bit, and I'm just looking forward to wrapping up the story. I will need to write a new scene, not a whole new chapter, just a new scene towards the end, because I think it would be a great addition to the end of the book. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'll update you guys when I have done some more editing.
This is actually a second cover. I'll explain why I have 2 covers and then it has to do with my Kickstarter. But I realized I had never done a video about how I do cover reveals before, and so I thought, why not take you along and show you how I kind of try to build up the hype for a book. So this is my little checklist. I'm gonna walk you through it really quick. I did know.
Hello everyone. So I need to update you guys because it's been a while. Today is the 27th of January. Over the weekend, I finally submitted my tax return. Praise be to God. The actual submitting of the tax return is not a big deal. It's actually just like going into my bank statements and like looking at the expenses and calculating all of that. I think, over the next year, I'm going to try and do it as I go and record it as I go and put it into my spreadsheets so that I don't have to leave all the work till the very end. But anyway, that's out of the way. So we've submitted it this year. I just finished editing chapter 54. I actually added a new chapter, so I split that chapter into 2. So I've edited chapter 54 now. So I've got 4 chapters and then the epilogue, so 5 chapters left to go. So because I've split this chapter 54, that means that we now have 58 chapters instead of 57, or 59. I don't even know. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I'm super excited because I really love this chapter that I just wrote. Like I said, we are in the 3rd act. Things are wrapping up. We are now seeing, in this chapter, Priscilla had a breakthrough in her faith journey, and it was just so beautiful to write about how God was just taking care of her and just teaching her so many things about him, and how he's taking care of her, and just going back into the hopeful part of the book, because we've gone through the dark night of the soul, we've gone through sort of like the really dark bits of the story, and now we're coming out of the other side where everything is hopeful and pointing to God's goodness. And that's my favorite part of writing Christian fiction, that we can always point readers to the hope that we have in God. So I really enjoyed writing this chapter. On Saturday, over the weekend, I had another team meeting with the team, for the foundation, the Love Qualified Foundation, which is my Christian mental wellness non-profit organization that I would want to launch in October of this year. On the same time as I publish this book, Whispers of Promise and Glory, we are going to be doing our very first community outreach, like a mental wellness outreach, this Easter, and we're going to be doing the local churches in Cameroon. And I had a meeting with my team, and we have started planning towards this mental wellness outreach. So yeah, we are going to keep working towards that, and I'm going to update you guys about how it goes. We are going to be getting t-shirts for the team, and then I'm working on the leaflet that we're going to be handing out when we speak to congregation about faith and mental wellness. We're going to be handing out some leaflets. I'll show you guys like what it looks like. I'm just so excited. I can't believe that this idea that God gave me in 2018 we're finally seeing it working out. I'm just so grateful to God for everything. So yeah, this is the leaflet that I've been working on. This is the outside, and this is the inside. Basically it's just talking. I haven't like filled in like these bits yet, but you can see like our mission, our vision, our target audience, our long-term goals, and then how to get in touch with us, things like that, what we're offering, things like that. It's going to be so good. I am so excited. Okay, baby boy is down for a nap, and his nap usually lasts about 30 minutes. So I'm going to use that opportunity to do my workout, my core workout. Last night I edited chapter 55, and it was a very cute chapter between Priscilla and her aunt, and I just love the conversation that they had. It's actually something that I thought of, that God inspired me to write. It's a subplot that God inspired me to write for this draft. I never thought about it when I was writing draft 1, and I just love the way it turned out. It was so cute. So yeah, I've got 4 more chapters to go until we finish this draft. I'm super excited. So I got a new Filofax, a new planner, a physical planner for this year, and I just wanted to show you guys how I'm using it for my day-to-day to-do list. If you want me to do a tour of like how I have organized my Filofax, like the different sections and things like that, then let me know and I will do an in-depth tour where I show you guys all the different sections. But this is a leather Filofax personal Malden. So it's a Malden. It's made with real leather. This has been one of my dream planners for a long time, and it's in the color fuchsia, which is one of my favorite color. Like, I love pink. I love anything pink. So this is actually my dream planner. You guys know that I use Notion for sort of like my business plan and my goals and tracking and things like that. But going into the new year, I just want to fall in love with using physical planners again and having physical to-do lists. So I got this for my birthday. It was on my birthday, sorry, not my birthday, for Christmas. I got this for Christmas. My brother got it for me. It's a used planner because this color is actually discontinued, so they don't do this color anymore. So it was either this one or I think it was the burgundy color, but I actually love this one because yeah, I love pink. But anyway, I'll just show you guys the dashboard. This is my dashboard. It says, today is a beautiful day simply because God made it. So begin and end your day with God. You have strength to endure everything in between. But like, if you want to see the different sections, let me know. But this is my to-do list section. I haven't had the time to really sit down and like decorate the pages. Once I'm done with my deadline, I think I'll have time to, use washi tape and markers and things like that and decorate the pages, because that's just very therapeutic for me. I just love decorating my planner pages. But anyway, as you can see, I do have different colored pens I use for different things. So green is for my workout, blue is for my to-do list, and then pink is for birthday. So my husband's birthday is actually tomorrow. Oh, sorry, on Friday. Friday the 6th is my husband's birthday. And red is for events. So as you can see, everything that I've put on my to-do list this week is basically to finish the second draft of Whispers of Promise and Glory. I have been doing my edits. Actually, I am currently editing chapter 57 at the moment, so I need to take this, and then I'm going to work on 57, 58, and the epilogue, which is 59, and then I'll have to send it to my beta readers this week. But yeah, if you want to see the full planner setup, then let me know. You guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually about to edit the epilogue. Oh my days. It's only 4 pages long, but there's quite a few things I need to add to make sure that it's all fleshed out. As you can see, those are my chapter titles. Yeah, I'm just going to put you guys on B-roll until I finish draft 2. I actually ended up not doing any editing on that evening when I told you guys I was about to start the epilogue. My son is 6 months old at the moment and he's teething, so which means that some nights he has had disturbed sleep, and we are also weaning as well. So we started our weaning journey. So he's growing, he's very active physically, so sleep has been a bit disturbed. But anyway, I woke up very early on Saturday the 7th, and that's when I was able to finally edit the epilogue. It was so surreal because when I finished, I was like, I can't believe that I have finally finished after 4 months of doing this when my son's sleeping, doing his naps and everything. I could finally say that I was done with draft 2. It was such a long journey. It was such a torturous journey. At some points I could not even see the end because it's such a long book and there were just so many chapters and so many changes that I needed to go through. But I'm so grateful to God that he gave me the strength. As you guys have seen, I've documented my whole journey. It has had its ups and downs, and this is the most challenging draft 2 that I've ever written. Writing a book with a baby is not for the faint-hearted, but I'm so glad that I've been able to document this journey because I can be able to go back and just see how faithful God has been. And I'm so excited for my beta readers to actually get a hold of this book so that they can read it and give me feedback. Once I finished the draft, I sent an email to my beta readers, and then I also sent an email to my editor to let her know that I would hopefully be able to get the manuscript to her latest the end of first week of March, because my beta readers technically have about 2 weeks to finish reading the book and give me feedback. So yeah, that's footage of me writing the end. Thank you guys so very much for coming with me along this journey, and remember that the sovereign love of God has qualified you to be his beloved one.